I had a change of location. Now I'm going to talk about the syllabus. Here you can just see the course number, the course name. It's a summer B. This is the duration of the course. We're going to meet each Monday and Wednesday from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. This is the room number. I heard it's a perfect room for presentation. At the same time, you can also see my email address as well as my office hours. I prefer to just be informed about the time that we're gonna meet. So please email me, just let me know when you wanna meet, and I'm gonna give you my own availability. So hopefully we can just find a time. The course description is here. As you can see, we are focusing on bilingualism, which gonna be two languages at the time. We are focusing on different aspects of bilingualism, brain, mind, culture, as well as with a focus on brain plasticity because it's very important at what age you're gonna learn the second language or, the third and the fourth. Again, if you had any questions about any part of the syllabus after my video, again, you can just email me and ask. But for now, the learning objective for the course is defining and describing the core concept in bilingualism, trying to understand and interpret the major theories when it comes to bilingualism, trying to apply those theories that you learned on different frameworks, analyze and compare different empirical studies, and hopefully, based on that, you could just criticize some of them. Learn more and create an original idea, which gonna be your research proposal as well as your final project. Now let's talk about the course assignment and grading. As you can see here, I try to be very specific. The group-led discussion gonna be 20 points. Each group gonna present at least twice over the course of the semester. It's gonna be more than twice, honestly, but I most likely gonna drop the lowest point in your presentation because I'm very much positive that everyone gonna learn to be a better presenter by the end of our summer semester. That's my aim. That being said, for each session, we're gonna have four papers, except the first session that I'm gonna present. And each group gonna be responsible for two papers. The way I want you to present as a group is not just one person gonna present paper one, another paper two. No, both of you gonna present each paper because I really want both of you to know what is happening with that specific article and be able to answer the questions that you are getting from your audience. The way I want your discussion gonna be based on specific rubric. Let me show you. It has to be somewhere. Um, okay, we have it. Here we go. This is a rubric that is very specific for group-led discussion. You're gonna have 20 to 30 minutes to present the assigned papers. Then comes 10 minutes Q&A that either you're gonna ask people questions or they gonna ask you questions. For each presentation, you're gonna submit one PowerPoint as well as one poll everywhere question to me. So I'm gonna upload the PowerPoint on Canvas and I'm gonna post the question on Poll Everywhere platform for everybody in the class to just answer those questions. Let's look at different criterias for presentation. It has to be a clear, simple language. You're not gonna use the exact wording from the paper. You try to simplify whatever is happening inside of that paper. I want you to use specific examples from the paper Those examples can be, for example, the stimuli that they were like showing um, inside of the paper, or the tables of demographics, or some specific examples that are coming from the paper. Have lots of visual supports. I honestly would not pay attention to big chunks of words. I feel like a good presentation should be all pictures, short sentences, tables, figures, graphs, and I really want you to learn that skill as well. You can always have your notes to present, but one thing that I suggest everyone is to speak from your heart. I feel like that's going to impact people even more. All of us, we're going to pause a lot when we are present because we're human. We have to actually consider people's, facial expressions, as well as just considering them if they are confused, and pause. And that's going to distract us, right? But it is very natural. And I would say it's better than just reading off the PowerPoint without paying attention if the class is listening or not. I want you to explain the result and the method section as much as you can. But at the same time, the most important parts for me is how that specific article is relevant to the course objective, relevant to everyday life, which going to be your discussion hook. For example, if you are talking about bilingual child and you are talking about those who are learning, for example, Spanish in their household, then they're going to go to school, they're going to learn English, for example, as their second language. I want to just talk about your own observation, either at your own school, either at your own institutions or workplace, how that's going to impact people. Would that cause language attrition? Would that cause actually like more self-esteem for people because they know like at least like two languages and they can just speak that very fluently? Talk about that. Then comes the last criterion, which gonna be facilitating your discussion. For example, if you can see the class is quiet, do you have like some prompts that could just make everyone engaged and interested? You can use different videos that are short enough that can be incorporated inside of your presentation. You can use visualization, whatever you want. It's literally your time to shine, and I'm very flexible in helping you with that. There are gonna be expectations for the rest of the class. Everyone gonna read the paper because they have to annotate the paper. And everyone in the class, they are responsible to ask at least one question from each presenter, each session. And I'm gonna remember that. And that's gonna be part of the class participation. As well as if you would just read the paper, you're gonna have the easiest time with your midterm or concept check exam, because like your midterm is just basically based on all of those discussions that we are having during the class, and they're not going to be anything like new out of nowhere. Here are some additional notes for you. One point is very important is each presentation that's going to be presented by the group gonna have one closing slide. That's gonna be one note that all of us should just remember from that specific article. So keep that in your mind. How could you just simplify, that specific note in your own presentation and so on. Now let's get back to the syllabus. Class participation. Like I said, it's just very much about your own engagement because it's a very much discussion-based course. You are expected to attend on time. If you would be late more than 10 minutes, that's going to be absent. If you feel like you have to leave early or you have to come late because of a specific reason, please email me and inform me. Um, Reflection gonna have 10 points. By the end of each session, we're gonna have 30 minutes for reflection, and it's going to be based on 1 point or max 2 points that you're going to just, get from the class and show that you understood the paper, you understood the discussion, you listened to everything, and you paid attention. Reading annotation, we already went over that. We know what is happening. We're gonna have that for, I guess, 5 sessions. But after that, we're gonna have other assignments. For the next session, you're gonna have a discussion post with a specific prompt. Please read that carefully and get that done before our Monday session. Then comes your concept check or midterm exam, which is after finishing reading all of those papers. You're gonna have one exam, which gonna be 4 to 6 questions, all of them open-ended. You're gonna have enough time to answer them, and it's gonna be open notes. That being said, you're gonna have 1 page. You can have 1 page cheat sheet, front and back. Bring it to the class. You're not gonna have access to the internet. You're gonna just, answer the questions. Then I'm gonna let you to connect to the internet and upload your answer on Canvas. After finishing your midterm exam, the session after that gonna be research proposal. You're gonna come prepared with some questions that you are having, and you got that. I would say from the discussions that we had, from the paper that we read during the class, and we're gonna develop that together. I don't expect you to just come up with a perfect idea. I just need you to just come prepared for that specific project. Then after I approved that specific subject for your research proposal, I'm going to help you to develop your final project. Here is a tentative criteria, as you can see, for grading of your research proposal or final project. Read that carefully, but definitely during the session that we are having, I'm gonna really help you to develop that better. Here you can see some rules about attendance, deadline, and late arrival. Please read that. AI policy, I talked about that. Fairness and consistency. So, about this one, I really need you to communicate if something is happening in your life that's gonna prevent you to do your best. I need you to tell me in advance instead of waiting till the end of the semester. Then decide to just, inform me and justifying the bad grades that you got, for example, from your presentation, midterm, etc. That's not going to help me because I cannot help you honestly. You already obtained that, and I cannot give you an extra opportunity anymore. But if you would just tell me what is happening with your life, I could be definitely more helpful and give you other options to just compensate for that bad grade. So please communicate about whatever is happening with your academic life so I could be a better help for you. So here is the course schedule. You can just see that the Monday, Wednesday going to be online. You're going to have one syllabus quiz based on your syllabus and the lecture. And you're going to have one discussion post, which is due before the Monday session. On Monday, I'm going to lead the discussion, but all of you supposed to read the papers, come prepared to the class. Then you're going to write down the reflection based on that. During the Monday session, we're going to be I'm gonna assign you, well, you're gonna do that yourself, but you're gonna find partners that you would like to work with them over the course of the semester. So basically, you're gonna be divided in a group of two, and you're gonna decide what article you're gonna present. If you didn't feel comfortable for example, if you did 1 or 2 sessions with your partners, and you feel like you might benefit more from changing your group, that is totally fine. You can just do whatever you want. But for the beginning, you need to be divided in group of two. You can just see the information for each reading session. Then by Wednesday, July 29th, we're gonna have the midterm exam. We don't have any new reading. I'm gonna review, if you have any questions, I can just help you um with like reviewing the session, but anytime after that, we're gonna have the exam. Then on a Monday after that, we're gonna have the research proposal project, which gonna happen during the class. You're gonna have my direct feedback, as well as the feedback from your peers, as well as wrapping up your proposal. So you're gonna have one specific question, and you're gonna submit that proposal hopefully by the end of the class. And if not, you still have time until the Wednesday session. On Wednesday session, we're gonna try to develop your final project. Um, and I'm gonna help you with that. And we try to make it better and make it ready. Then comes your presentation days that we're gonna have different groups presenting their work, and we as a team, as audience, we're gonna feedback them. So again, majority of the time, I'm hoping that whatever we do gonna be done. I mean, all the assignments, honestly, gonna be done during the class, and there not gonna be any surprises outside of that. But again, if you feel like there is a question that is not clear at any point, please do ask them from me. Uh, as of now, there is no questions anymore, but if you still have like anything to talk about, please email me. I'm very much available. Other than that, I'm gonna meet you all in person on a Monday. So I'm very excited for that. And I hope everybody has a very good 4th of July. Thank you.